Hey, what's going on, guys? Little side note before we get in here. I'm not choosing to make the videos on my phone over and over again. My PC setup is almost done. I've had renovations going on in my house pretty much nonstop since I moved in. Oh my God, it's coming along so well. Surprisingly, I'm building my stream room last, but I've got my home gym done, besides the equipment, which is going to take about 6 weeks to ship. But I'm very excited for that. That was about $20,000. But it'll be cool to be able to stream from the inside of my house, being able to get some lifts in, make things a little bit more fun, and a bunch of other shit that you'll never see, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, things are going along smoothly. I'm excited to get back to my PC and hopefully give you guys some higher quality videos, unless you guys enjoyed these incredibly shit quality videos in the big year of 2025, in which case maybe I can be persuaded to do a couple more like I have been doing for, what was the first time I recorded the outdoor video? 6 years ago? I think I was in a forest in London, Ontario. I think I was bitching about Ganyu. Jesus. Old times. I'm getting fucking old, guys. I'm 31. Anyways, the world is shifting for a much worse direction, in my opinion. And me being angry at things that, is now considered the status quo is probably no surprise to you guys, but there's a lot of fucking liars out there. It's pretty surprising. I'm really not gonna lie. You see streamers like Valkyrie lying for Hassan. You see QT accidentally telling the truth for Hassan, which was hilarious. You see porn stars like Sasha Grey lying for Hassan, and then she'll see the clip of Hassan doing the exact same thing that he said that he didn't do, and then Sasha Grey will be so scared she'll just close the clip because, God forbid, she consumes information that goes against her beliefs, which we're going to get into a whole bunch of cognitive dissonance later and explain to you guys what that means for anybody who doesn't know. And then we have Hassan lying about 108 times. I think that's the number. 108 times in 4 days, I believe, is the number that everybody was counting about how many lies he just looked towards his audience and said, hey, this thing that you saw happen on camera, it didn't happen. It wasn't me. She even got you on camera. Wasn't me. All right, dude. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. If you were that woman in that music video, I don't know if you guys are old enough to know that song. If you were that woman in that video, my God, you're retarded. I mean, Jesus. Anyways, that really is the status quo of what's going on Twitch and what's going on with the media. With other news sites showing the No Kings protest happening with footage from 2017 in a completely unrelated protest, trying to make it seem like this whole No Kings protest was a lot more successful and larger than what it is. We have content creators lying. We have the fucking news lying. And even more so, and this one I really, really had to process. Because deep down, and I want to make this very clear, I don't like being right all the time. It sucks. I'm very rarely wrong, and it doesn't bring me any joy to be right, because the things that I'm talking about are bringing me great frustration. And the thing that I was very frustrated about is even worse than the news, because we already knew that shit was bought. Now Twitch themselves are looking at you in the eye as a retarded consumer and insulting your intelligence and saying, hey, that thing that happened on camera didn't happen. Now, what am I talking about here? In case you don't know, Emaru got sexually assaulted at a con. And a lot of people are trying to just say, well, it was only a kiss. It was only a forced hug and a forced kiss. Like, she didn't die. The point is that she could have. The point is that she could have been very fatally wounded or killed or worse if there is something. I mean, she could have been eaten. I think, I'll be real, out of all the crimes in the world, I think cannibalism is the worst. I think that's the number one worst crime. I feel like if you've eaten somebody, anyways, this is a topic for another day. The thing is, something much worse could have happened, and security countermeasures should have been taken, and disciplinary actions should have been taken. And, well, Twitch, you did give the guy a big 30-day ban. I want to remind you that a guy who went up to Emaru and sexually assaulted her, got a 30-day ban, where E-Rob joked about beating someone up at TwitchCon, and he got banned for 30 days. A joke got the same ban as a fucking crime. I want to remind you, me calling Denims a whore and Frogan fat got me banned in total for 30 days. I want to remind you that Mike from PA literally put a bounty on Destiny's head, and he did not get banned for 30 days. He didn't even get punished. I want to remind you that Sean DeBlack literally said he was going to murder Destiny and how he should be fucking brutally slaughtered, and he didn't even get banned. As well as Hassan calling for the death of many different people, and he also did not get banned. Are we starting to notice a problem now? We're gonna go a little bit further. So Twitch put out a notice saying, well, guys, we permanently banned them. Not their decision, by the way. That was because it was caught on camera. The clip blew up. Emaru's manager, God bless their soul, held them accountable and said, you are going to take these disciplinary actions and you are going to permanently ban this fucking loser. And so they have. They put out a note saying the person was apprehended and is currently being dealt with by the authorities. No, they weren't. Okay? No, they weren't. And the reason why we know they weren't is because we literally saw footage of this guy lackadaisically walking at a very relaxed pace out of TwitchCon with nobody restraining him, because just like the last security guard, well, if you do your job properly, you're gonna lose your job promptly. Welcome to twitch.tv. It's great. I also love how many of your employees I talk to, Twitch, that even think that you yourself are retarded because you aren't allowing your own employees, your own moderators, to do their jobs. And even they are like, fuck. Okay, so Hassan Denims and all these fucking people are actively slandering all these people, but you called him fat, all right? So you're gonna get banned for 2 weeks. And now what are we gonna do for you? Ooh, we're just gonna tell you to ignore them because for some reason the higher ups at Twitch are protecting these fucking bozos. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So Twitch literally put out a public statement that is completely falsified. It is a complete lie. It was debunked in minutes. None of them put out an apology. None of them corrected the wrong they did. They looked you in the eye. They spit in your face and they said, hey, you're gonna believe this story. Guys, I mean this on my whole soul, on everything. There are so many people lying to you. It is insane. I highly, and other content creators from their side won't tell you to do this. I highly recommend that you approach everything that you consume with a degree of skepticism. I highly recommend that you look for proof or evidence for anything that you hear. So important, because there are so many people looking at you in the face and lying. It is insane. And by the way, I just want to address this. Whether you like or don't like Destiny, and obviously, you know, I tried to get along with Destiny. It didn't work too well, okay? It didn't. But just because I don't fuck with Destiny at all doesn't mean that I can't acknowledge that bro has been actively threatened for and called for the death of multiple times blatantly, and no one calling for the death of this man has ever been punished. And I don't care who you are. I'm not gonna call for the death of you ever. It's just not good. It's not a good thing to do. Now, I might tell you to kill yourself, but that's not a threat. That's just a suggestion. Way different. It is. It really is. And people need to understand that there's a big difference between a gamer saying, bro, kill yourself, like in fucking League of Legends, versus I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to fucking slaughter you. There's a very big difference. There is. Because one is a suggestion, and the other one is telling you, these are the actions that I'm going to do. Man, it really is odd. And the more, and I mean this genuinely, the more you are aware of what's going on in the world, the more that you are aware of these people that are lying, the more that these people will try to discredit the people telling the truth. I mean, I want you to look at Nux Taku for an example. Nux Taku got his entire career temporarily destroyed, which he bounced back from because he's one of the GOATs. God bless you, Nux. The amount of misinformation put out on this guy is insane. I mean, dude, I get told that Nux is a pedophile daily. And I'm like, brother, what the fuck are you talking about? Just complete misrepresentations of the truth. And I mean this genuinely. Nux has always been good to me, and I'm a guy who's always going to have the back of my friends. However, I will also be the first guy to hold my friends accountable. Like, for example, sorry, I got something in my eye. I was the first guy to call it Asmongold a massive fucking pussy when he uses big fat build in Elden Ring because he's not good enough to beat the game any other way. Anyways, just think about how much misinformation is put out on Asmongold as well, or even legal mindset, you know, or even me. I'm sure everybody at a point of watching my videos has probably seen me be accused of doing the worst crimes on planet Earth. Guys, I'm whoa, camera almost fell down, getting a little bit gusty here in San Antonio. I want to remind you that there was even rumors that I killed people. Yes, there was even a point in time where people thought I was murdering people. Yes, I've been accused of everything on the earth that there is to be accused of. And what's really scary is there are more people willing to believe baseless lies than grounded truths. And let me tell you why this is. There is two sides of your brain. There is the very quick, reactionary, emotional side of your brain, and then there is the slow, logical version of your brain. Now, the majority of people are really going to fall victim to the short emotional side of their brain because that is how we have been wired as human beings to consume content, whether that's big dramatic headlines or clickbait titles. Can you believe they did this? I mean, there's a reason why more Pegasus videos work so well because, my God, the clickbait is insane. Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. Yeah, but we feed into our emotional, reactionary side of our brain a lot quicker than our slower, logical side of our brain, which really leads to, you know, people want to believe what they already think. No one, a lot of people aren't really going to be like, this thing that I greatly believe in, I'm going to look at things that disprove it. Most people aren't like that. No, I've been like that a lot more often, generally over the past 2 years, and I think that's made me a lot more complete of an individual. But one of the things on, you know, the left side, the Hassan side, is this thing called cognitive dissonance. And Sasha Grey is a great example of this, where Sasha Grey is so down bad for Hassan that even when she makes claims that Hassan never even had a dog collar on the dog and there was no prongs, and then she watched a clip showing exactly that, she had such an emotional reaction where she got angry and she rage quit the clip because she couldn't accept that her version of reality was augmented, that it wasn't real, that it wasn't rooted in reality, and it made her copyright claim and DMCA strike anybody who showcased that clip because she can't accept that she's wrong. There are so many people trying to discredit the people who are telling the truth. It's a little bit scary. And there's this content creator by the name of Milo, who I believe left the internet back in 2015. Guy is very racist. It's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was fucking hilarious. There's this other streamer by the name of Cuffham who went viral for having this clip versus this Mexican guy where they were both calling each other racial slurs. And that clip was fucking hilarious. You know, it was fucking hilarious. And guys, I'm tired of pretending that this shit isn't funny. There's so many people who will tell you, oh, I love everything. I love everyone. I'm accepting of everything. I'm so tolerant, this, that, and the other. No, you're just a piece of shit. And that's a video for another time, which I might record immediately right now because I think it's worth discussing. But yeah, cognitive dissonance is running wild, as well as another great one, the fallacy of relative privation, which is you can't be upset at this thing because there's a war in Gaza happening right now. There's a genocide in Palestine. Yeah, unfortunately, just because there's something worse happening elsewhere doesn't mean that your current issue doesn't exist. Regardless, lots of things to enjoy today, lots of things to consume, and rage culture is fed higher than ever, and everybody calling out the truth is villainized, and everybody lying is considered just a good old squeaky clean boy. And my God, am I fucking tired of it. Yeah, do me a favor, fact check everything. I think it'll make your life much better, and really just observe the astroturfing on Twitter, how everyone will say the exact same comment, most likely from fraudulent users or fake users in general, where they say, hey, this guy who's literally saying things that have been proven on camera, well, he's delusional, he's schizo, he's obsessed. Yes, I am obsessed. I am obsessed with pushing the truth. And side note, for anybody who sat through this entire video, I can't wait to prove all of you guys who are part of my community correct. There's a lot of things in this world that I could have already dealt with, but I'm not. And the reason why I'm not is because it's leading to a lot of mask off moments. I'm getting a lot of information that I want. And man, there's gonna be cinema soon to come, and I'm really enjoying it. Always make sure to leave one in the chamber. But for me, I like to leave a fully loaded mag. I will see you guys very soon. There's going to be lots of great things happening, some sooner, some later, but I appreciate you guys, and thanks for watching. See you on the next one.